Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff's Black and Gold Room for lunch with Coach Monte Coleman, the Football Weekly Media Luncheon. I am your host, LaRon Marbley, and alongside head coach Monte Coleman, we have freshman running back from Kansas City, Missouri, Christian Jordan, junior defensive back from Newport, Arkansas, Siobhan Alcorn, and junior running back from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Keyshawn Williams. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will have opening remarks by Coach Monte Coleman.
All right. Thank you, LaRon. I want to welcome everybody here to our first press conference. What can I say? It's a happy Tuesday, very happy Tuesday. We played a very good team against Morehouse on Saturday. We fared out the better that particular evening, and a lot of these guys that's sitting next to me was very big in contributing to that win. We did some things that we wanted to do. There's some things that we've got to shore up. The one thing that we've definitely got to shore up is we've got to start faster. We finished the game like we wanted to. The second half was a better half for us, but the thing that we're preaching to the team right now is that we've got to learn to start fast and finish. So it's a 60-minute ball game for us. I felt like we played well in the first half, but we just didn't put the points on the board, or we didn't prevent them from getting the 10 points or the 3 points the first half. So it was a good football game against a very good football team. And, one of the things that we've been saying through the week was we can't get 2 if we don't get 1. We've got the 1, and we're excited about that 1. That game is behind us. Right now, our main focus is on Akron. We'll start preparation for Akron on the field today. We'll work hard today. It'll be a long day. It'll be a long day tomorrow. We'll have abbreviated practice on Thursday, and of course we'll be getting on the plane flying to Akron, Ohio to play at the University of Akron on Saturday. We're not looking at this game as we're playing FBS school. We're looking at this as a game that we can go in, we can win. They're coming off a very bitter defeat against Penn State. I think Penn State is ranked number 6 in the nation. A lot of folks anticipated that victory to Penn State. Akron didn't play well. They had less than 200 total yards offense, and they gave up 56 points. So they may not be the team that they were last year, and we're definitely not the team that we were last year. So it's not a game that we're saying that it's a money game. We're going in to beat these guys. Howard did it this past weekend against UNLV, and there's no reason why UAPB can't go into Akron and do the exact same thing. So that's our attitude, and it will be for the rest of the year. We're trying to win this game, win all the games, but right now it's one game that we're concentrating on, and we'll take them one game at a time, and this week it's Akron. So I need big games out of all 3 of these guys. I need them to rally the troops with the rest of the team. And when we do that, I think it's going to be a good outing for us this weekend against the University of Akron.
Okay, now we'll open up the floor for questions.
Coach, 3 things happened that were different from last year. Number 1, you got 2 new coaches.
Yes.
Can you tell us about them?
Actually, I've got a new special teams coach who came from North Texas University. His name is Thomas Sheffield. He's doing an outstanding job with the special teams. He's also helping with the offensive line and the tight ends. So I'm very glad to have him. At the linebacker position, the linebacker coach last year and we chose to go different ways. I was moving in a different direction. And a young man that I tried to get 2 years ago, wasn't able to get him, but I was able to get him this year, and everyone probably knows his name because he was around here back in 2012. He was the Defensive Player of the Year.
Can I say it?
If it makes you happy, yeah.
Bill Ross.
But Bill Ross is now coaching our linebackers, and he's doing a great job with the defense. Santos Carino is working with the defensive line. He's also the defensive coordinator, and Byron Anderson is working with the secondary. So the 2 new coaches, actually there's 3 coaches I should say, because we have a new wide receiver coach. He was with us during the spring, but Robert Bailey. We got Robert from Grambling. He comes with a lot of experience. Great coach, great techniques, and I think we saw some of the efforts by the receivers that he's teaching these guys, and they're only going to get better.
And Coach, one of the other changes was you're giving up the defensive coordinator
Yes.
position. How has that helped you in this season?
I don't have anything to do now, Bubba. But no, it's been good. Santos Carino has done a great job as a defensive coordinator. He's brought in Bill Ross and also Byron Anderson, and those three guys, along with the graduate assistant, are putting together game plans. It frees me up to be the head coach, to be able to look over the offense, look over the defense, make my corrections or make my comments to both. And right now, Santos is doing an outstanding job.
And the third is you now have your full complement of scholarships.
Yes.
What difference has that made?
Coach
Talent-wise?
Coach from Morehouse, after the game, he said that you guys aren't the same team you were last year. And probably last year I would have taken it offensive. I took it as a compliment this time because we're not the same team. And it's because we were able to go out. We signed, I think there were 7 or 9 mid-year guys who was able to go to spring ball with us. And then we were able to sign 30 more during signing day. So to have that many guys new to the football team and on scholarship, not walk-ons. And I'm not going to knock walk-ons because this young man here was a walk-on, and we see what he did for us last evening. But my point is, it puts us on an even playing field when we have the ability. Now, this is only the first year, and it will get better and better as the years progress. We're getting even better players because we do have the allotted number.
That's absolutely wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Now, I'd like to make a comment about each of the players you chose. From what I saw Saturday night, I saw Saffron Alcoa, number 39. In the paper, they talked about, said, the shortest man on the field made the biggest plays. He jumped, he looked like a basketball player, the way he jumped to defend some play and made several outstanding plays.
Yes. Well, let me comment on that. The reason why he's here is because of the plays that you're referring to, and also his ability to come up and knock the ball away. I think he had 2, maybe 3 pass deflections. He came up and he hit extremely aggressive, and that's what we're talking about this year on the defense. We've got to play aggressive. We've got to send the tape out to our opponents and give them the feeling that they don't want to play against us. And Alcorn did that this week. Played extremely aggressive.
Young man, what's your name again now?
Christian Jordan.
Christian. He got all the slack from Keyshawn. That young man was outstanding. He strikes me as our future.
I agree. He's my right now and my future. But Keyshawn, you know, the type runner he is, he's gonna get the ball several times a game. And we've got to have a good back like Christian to be able to come in and spell Keyshawn when he's a little winded. The thing that we can't do, we can't leave him in too long because when you get fatigued, you might drop the ball a little and it could cause a fumble, you know, hypothetically speaking. So now you've got a 1-2 punch with Keyshawn and Christian, and it's working for us. So you'll see a whole lot more of Christian. Of course, you'll see a lot of Keyshawn. But Christian is his relief when he gets a little bit tired.
And before I speak on Keyshawn, you also have Dante McDonald.
Yes.
Who's about 400 pounds, looks like. But he's going to be.
I'll tell him you said that.
He's going to be the muscle going up into the line, will he not?
He is our big back. Yes. And he'll get some playing time. Right now he has a high ankle sprain. He did not dress out this past weekend. We are expecting him back this week. If he makes it back, great. But of course, we definitely need him back for SWAC play. But we've got Jamal Gladden, who's another scat back, very similar to these two guys. We've got the big back with Dante McDonald. And we also have Mr. Wolfo, who also carries the ball for us.
Yeah,
so
Nicholas Wolfo.
Yeah, we've got some guys that can tote the mail for us.
I heard that. Now, Keyshawn showed signs of brilliance. I watched him, his other three, he came from Dalloway, everybody. He's a local boy. And he showed flashes of brilliance in his running style. I mean, he'd give it to him and take it away and leave him in the tracks. And he was so hyped and so ready that every time he bust a long run, he'd do a dance. And that dance spilled over into the stadium. Everybody around me wanted to dance with him, you know. So, Keyshawn, keep it up. You are outstanding. And the best thing about it is we'll have you next year too. And thank you.
Coach, good game.
Thank you.
Good game, gentlemen. Hey, could y'all give him a hand?
Thank y'all.
Coach, Alderman Stephen Mays, a 1985 graduate of UAPB. Coach, thank you for your vision.
Thank you.
My question is, after the win Saturday, are you going to keep everything the same on the game plan? Or are you going to make any upgrades in order to keep the momentum going? And for the players, what are you going to do to help continue the momentum after Saturday's win in order to encourage and motivate the teammates?
Each week the game plan changes depending on the opponent. So this week against the University of Akron, it will change some. They do some things a little bit different than Morehouse, and of course we've got to change our game plan up to go against them. So there'll be some changes, maybe some deeper passes, maybe some cover twos, or whatever it needs to be able to play a solid game against them. But overall, I think we've got to improve on. We had way too many penalties. We've got to improve on that. And every game I want to win the giveaway takeaway. And we lost that. I think we had 5 fumbles or 5 giveaways, and we only had 2 takeaways. And I want to be on the opposite end of that. So we'll be working to improve on that for the next weeks as we play. Gentlemen.
What I really gonna do is lead, be more of a leader, because usually I'm the type to just do what I'm supposed to do and not get on nobody for not doing what they're supposed to. But I'm trying to be a better leader, so I can help our team to come together as one, because it's a little separated and we need to come together.
I just feel like we should go hard at practice this week and just do everything right mentally and physically. Just stay on top of our assignments and just go after it.
I mean, I feel the same way. I agree with what he's saying. I feel like we got to go to practice. We got to practice hard. We got to correct some mistakes that we had from last week's game.
One more question, I'm finished. Coach, I always see when I'm watching the games, the middle, 10-yard cross, left or right, always open. Do you have a plan to go more short passes and then increase the long passes this year?
The philosophy of the offense right now is to take what the defense gives us, and as we get better at the quarterback position, and I think Brandon had a good game, but as we get better, that was our first game. There's a lot of guys, we got a lot of freshmen play on Saturday. They really didn't know the speed of the game, so as we matriculate through games, you see the quarterback getting just a little bit sharper, and he will be in some of those check downs or the crossing routes that you're referring to. We want to take what the defense gives us. So to answer your question, yes, we will.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Oscar Brown, Power Commercial. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, Jose.
All right, like you said, the offense kind of started out slow. Was it more of what they were doing, or was it just a case of you guys not have played the game yet and just getting out there and getting in rhythm?
I think it was more that we wasn't quite in rhythm. Morehouse is a very good football team. We all know they're Division II, but I put a / Division I because of the players that they do have. A lot of times the Division I players can't get into Division I schools, so they can only go to a Division II school. And I think Morehouse is a perfect example of that. So it was a part of what they were doing, but it was also just the first game jitters for the offense. once we caught our second win, the second half, I think, we saw what the offense could do.
All right, now for the two backs, Mr. Williams, you were able to break the 100-yard mark, and Christian Jordan, you were able to feed off him. Could you just elaborate on what you're seeing out there and how you were able to get going?
I want to get a shout out to all my offensive linemen, my coaches, and my favorite guy, Nicholas Woodford, because they created holes for me, and I couldn't do nothing without them.
Same as Keyshawn said, just give a shout out to the O-line, and they're some young boys, and they just came out there and got the job done. That's all we can ask for. Allow the holes to open for us to just go in and do our thing.
All right, for Mr. Alcorn, the defense only gave up one touchdown. That was after a muff punt inside the 10-yard line there. Could you just talk about the defense as a whole and how you guys were able to hold up?
Every snap that was going on, it was, I think, one time we was on the field for like a 17 play drive. That kept going. We just kept talking to each other, saying like we can't bend, but we bend but don't break. So that's what we anticipated on. So we kept trying to make plays each and every play to snap. So we was finally able to get them off the field.
All right, Coach, last question. You guys are going to a 4-game road stretch here. Could you just talk about the approach heading to a tough road stretch like that, 4 games on the road?
Is it too late to change that? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. We'll travel, of course. We'll fly to Akron on Friday. We'll come back the following week. We'll go to Memphis by way to Jonesboro. And then I think we go to Jackson State and somebody else after that. So it is what it is. We'll play them in the parking lot. It really doesn't matter. Right now, the thing that we're doing is we're going to concentrate on one game, and that's the Akron game. So, for the whole month we're gone. We're looking at one game right now. And like I said, playing the University of Akron. So as they come up, we'll be ready to go.
TyRece Boone. TyRece Boone for UAPB-TV Mass Communication student. That question for Coach. How you doing, Coach, by the way?
Very good.
The line play was very much improved over last year. Can you tell me about the process of that?
We've got on the offensive side of the ball, if that's what you're referring to as the offensive line, pretty much the whole line was new. We've got, I think, 3 freshmen that are playing out of the 5, and but all 5 of them were new. Guys have come to practice. We do have 2 guys that was able to come. We recruited them mid-year. They were able to go to spring ball with us, Michael Alexander and Jaden Glover. Those guys played for us, but everybody else were new. We hadn't even gotten the cohesiveness of the team yet, or the offensive line. So I can only imagine when these guys, come together and get some games under their belt, how good they will be. We pat these guys on the back, which they deserve to be, over 100 yards, over 50-some yards rushing. But just like they said, you see what they getting the credit to is that offensive line. So even if it's a young offensive line, a new offensive line, they're doing a good job after one game.
Now, you say offensive line. I was actually speaking about the defensive line.
Okay.
And the ability to stop the run very well. Do you want them to improve more in the pass rush situations, or do you like where they are right now?
We do want improvement on the pass rush. That's one thing that Coach Santos and we talked about on Sunday in our meeting. We got to get a better pass rush. But we want to make an offensive team one-dimensional. If we can shut out their run, or we can shut out their pass and make them able to do only one thing, which on Saturday evening, they couldn't run the football, so it made them one-dimensional throwing the football. Now, Mr. Alcorn, Mr. Merriweather, and whoever else got the other interceptions, now they can, build their stats. So, yes, sir. I also compliment the defensive line because they did an outstanding job stopping the run, making them one-dimensional.
Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? All right, thank you. Thank you all. I'd be remiss if I did not mention our Chancellor being in the house, Dr. Lawrence B. Alexander. Any comments out there?
Good game, gentlemen.
Thank you, Chancellor.
Okay, anything else, Mr. Hart?
Chancellor came to one of our scrimmages. We scrimmaged at Pine Bluff High, was the last scrimmage. And he and I, we stood on the field as the team practiced. And Keyshawn remember this, Chancellor? Keyshawn ran the ball, and it looked very similar to what he did on Saturday. And he and I looked at each other and said, where did he get that move from? So when he broke that run, Chancellor, I thought about you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, your Golden Lions will be back at Golden Lions Stadium on October 7th. So good luck, Coach, on the road, and good luck, guys. Great game this Saturday. And I wish you luck this Saturday coming up.
Thank you.
Any more comments? All right, on behalf of Director of Athletics, Mr. Lonzo Hardy Jr., the UAPB Athletics Department, we'd like to thank Aramark for hosting lunch with Coach Monte Coleman, and we'll see you on the next side. Thank you.